This is Jeopardy! Please welcome today's contestants. Player 1.
Yeah!
Player 2. Player 3.
Yeah!
And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Hey, Johnny, thank you. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to work in the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories: Star Trek jargon, Greek alphabet soup, recently discovered presidential ads, which time zone, IHOP, and literature. Player 1, start us. The Type 2 of this weapon had a max power setting of 16 and could be set to heat, disrupt, or stun. It's Player 1. Use the Wii remote or press the corresponding direction on the plus.
Yeah!
Right. Choose again, Player 1. This device briefly converts a person to energy, beams the energy, then reassembles the person. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. We return to you. When Spock checks chronometric data, he's looking at measurements of the space-this continuum. Yes, Player 1. Correct. Player 1. Created by Starfleet, it prohibits interference with other civilizations. Okay, Player 1. Right. You again, Player 1. This crystal regulates matter-antimatter reactions that provide energy for travel faster than light. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Player 1, you pick again, please. She became the advertising global spokeswoman for T-Mobile in 2002. It's Player 2. Good. Select again. In this type of testing, electronic equipment is subjected to the real-world conditions in which it'll be used. Okay, Player 1. You got it. Player 1, back. These waves of roughly 7 to 13 hertz are associated with relaxation and creativity in the brain. Player 1. That is correct. Player 1, 1970's #1 hit for Helen Reddy. Yes, Player 2. That's right. Way to go. You get to pick again. This Swiss watch company was founded by Louis Brandt in 1848. Player 1. That's it. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. He said a nation half slave and half free can't exist. I say he's wrong. I'm Stephen Douglas, and I approved this message. Yes, Player 3. Yep. Please pick again, Player 3. So what if he's the first West Point grad president? Some say he drinks. You decide. I'm Horace Greeley, and I approve this message. Let's hear it, Player 1. Good for you. Choose again, player 1. In 1814, this general had a pirate, Jean Lafitte, help him in New Orleans. What's next? I'm John Quincy Adams, and I approved this message. Okay, player 1. Right. You again, player 1. You elect him? I say in 7 months the economy will be in shambles. I'm Al Smith, and I approved this message. It's player 3. Correct. Select again. Alex Hamilton wants him to be president. Them's fighting words. I'm Aaron Burr, and I approved this message. Yes, player 2. Yes. Player 2, back to you. Vancouver, British Columbia. Player 1. Hey, you're right. Player 1, pick Omaha, Nebraska. Let's hear it, player 2. Good. We return to you, player
Santa
2.
Fe, New Mexico.
Okay, player 2. Yes. You get to pick again, player 2.
Reno, Nevada.
It's player 1. You are correct. Player 1, you pick again.
Akron, Ohio.
Okay, player 3. Yeah, good. We return to you, player 3.
The red type of this marsupial can leap over barriers as high as 6 feet.
Player 3. Right you are. Select again.
This class of animals includes frogs and toads.
Yes, player 2. Yes. Choose again, player 2.
The hare named for this country between France and the Netherlands is actually a rabbit.
Let's hear it, player 2. That's it. Player 2, back to you.
A grasshopper shares the billing with one of these insects in the title of an Aesop fable.
It's player 3.
Good.
Player 3, you pick a...
This tiny insect pest, Pulex irritans, can leap more than 130 times its own height.
Let's hear it, player 1. Right. Player 1, back to you.
In Chapter 52 of this novel, a boisterous crowd is gathering for Fagin's execution.
Okay, player 2. Yes. You get to pick again, player 2.
19th century author, known for writing about a venerable mansion with 7 acutely peaked gables.
It's player 3. That's correct. Player 3, People from the past appear to a brother and sister in Rewards and Fairies by this author of The Jungle Book. Player 3. You are correct. Please pick again. Player 3. Answer: The Daily Double. Player 3. You're in last place, so let's see if you can close the gap. How much? Answer this. Modern novels with biblical titles include Jane Hamilton's The Book of Ruth and Toni Morrison's Song of Him. All right, second place for you. And here's the $1,000 clue. Even Grendel would love Seamus Heaney's new translation of the Anglo-Saxon epic about this title geet. Yes, player 2. Hey, you're right. The selection will be yours, player 2, when we return from this break. Categories for the Double Jeopardy round are Your History, Get Positive, Classic Kids Lit, Football, Birds, and the A's. All right, if you're ready, it's Double Jeopardy time. Heads up! This 16th century British king had 6 wives and a 2-door garage. Let's hear it, player 3. Yes. You again, player 3. Hold the phone, said Elisha Gray and Thomas Edison, who both sued this Scottish-born inventor and lost. It's player 3. Right. Player 3, you pick again. In 45 BC, this Roman's army defeated the 2 sons of Pompey. It would be his final battle. Yes, player 2. Correct. Choose again, player 2. Answer: the first of the 2 daily doubles. Player 2. You're in last place. What'll it be? So, what's your wager? Here is your daily double clue. This future U.S. president graduated from West Point in 1915, 61st in a class of 164. You've moved up to first place. Please pick again, player 2. This fighter for a woman's right to vote died in 1906, 14 years before the 19th Amendment made her dream a reality. Player 1. You got it. Player 1, back to you. The book Whale Done applies the positive techniques used at this marine park to business and family life. Okay, player 1. Yep. Player 1, back. Thriving through stress, like him conducting Ode to Joy while ill, is the idea in a book called The Him Factor. Yes, player 1.
Yeah!
Good. Player 1. His power of positive thinking begins: believe in yourself, have faith in your abilities. It's player 1. Yes. You again, player 1. An illustrated book pairs Alexander Calder's artwork with the lyrics to his song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. Okay, player 1.
Yeah!
Right you are. We return to you, player 1. Oprah has unlocked The This, a book by Rhonda Byrne about using positive visualization. Let's hear it, player 3. Good for you. You get to pick again, player 3. This story begins, all children except one grow up. Player 2. That's correct. Select again. In a novel by Frances Hodgson Burnett, 7-year-old Cedric Errol inherits a title and is known as Little Lord This. Let's hear it, player 1. That's right. Way to go. Choose again, player 1. Answer. The second daily double. You are in the lead right now. You need to select your wager. Answer. This classic is the first book in Madeleine L'Engle's Time Quartet. That puts you even further ahead. We return to you, player 1. Completes the title of a classic about an African-American family, Roll of Thunder. It's player 2. That is correct.
Yeah!
Select again. The Black Pearl and Island of the Blue Dolphins are two classics by him. Yes, player 2. Yeah, good. You get to pick again, player 2. This cup representing Canadian football supremacy was donated by the descendant of a tea namesake. Okay, player 1. That is correct. Player 1, back. He caught the catch on January 10th, 1982. Player 3. Correct. You again, player 3. This Cowboys wide receiver of the 1990s entered the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2007. Yes, player 3. Right. Player 3, pick again. All right, here with the clue is Kelly.
In this type of trick play, the quarterback hands off to a running back, who hands off to a tight end going in the opposite direction.
Okay, player 1.
Yeah!
That's it. Please pick again, player 1. To see this NFL team's home games at FedEx Field, take a shuttle bus from the Landover Metro stop. Player 1. Good. Player 1, you pick again, please. Perhaps this thrush, a type of babbler, hangs out at comedy clubs with the same named hyena. It's player 2.
Yeah!
Yes. Player 2. Back. Listen, you white-bellied bustard. I know where you live. This continent's savannah. Let's hear it, player 2. Good for you. You get to pick again, player 2. This common long-legged wading bird gets its name from a prop used by circus performers. Yes, player 2. You are correct. Player 2, you pick a musical name of Cygnus buccinator. Player 2. That is correct. We return to you, player 2. This bird of the family Gruidae can be distinguished from the heron by the bustle of feathers over its rump. It's player 3. Correct. Choose again, player 3. A liquid under pressure released through a nozzle as a spray or foam. Let's hear it, player 1. Yes. Player 1, back to you. A recess or nook for something like a bookcase. Okay, player 3. Yep. Player 3, back to you. To suspend a legal proceeding. It's player 3. Hey, you're right. Please pick again, player 3. From the Greek for slope, it's to adjust to a new set of conditions. Yes, player 1. Right you are. Now let's take a look at that $2,000 clue, shall we? Kelly will present this clue.
In seismic data, the maximum displacement of a seismic wave during one oscillation, here 23 millimeters, is referred to by this term.
Okay, player 3. That's correct. I'll see you all for Final Jeopardy in just a moment. Consider your wagers carefully as you think on this category. Poetry? So, what's your wager? Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. Let's take a look at that Final Jeopardy clue right now. In a poem about this battle, Robert Browning wrote, "To Acropolis, run, Pheidippides, one race more." Did you come up with the correct response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? What did you put as your response? And this correct response will add how much to your score? Let's see your response. And that correct response will add... You've come out ahead as our champion, player 1. Good game. Thank you so much for playing.